Hello, and welcome to another episode of Armbar Audio. I'm your host, Tim Farley, and next to me is my trusty companion,
John Kearns. What's up, folks?
Today we are going to discuss the G1 Day 1 in Dallas, and also from Dallas, Texas, Slammiversary from Impact Wrestling. We are only going to go over the block matches for the G1, so whoever wanted to see anything about the undercard, we apologize. So our first match on the G1 was Lance Archer versus Will Ospreay, which was a rematch from the New Japan Cup, where Will Ospreay hit a Stormbreaker on Lance Archer for the win.
Who is a very large man.
Very large man. Archer came out first and looked badass with a spiked jacket and a red mohawk.
It was awesome.
Yes.
He looked like something out of Mad Max, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
for
post-apocalyptic.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. There was like new metalcore music for Ospreay. I wonder if they weren't allowed to use his regular music.
It said it had the music altered due to rights thing at the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
That's why there was literally no audio from the arena during his entrance. It was just music.
Right. So Archer charged Ospreay, but Ospreay hit a Spanish fly, then hit a dive to the outside. Ospreay hit a 450 for 2 from the fast start. Archer catches the Sasuke special into a chokeslam through a table. Archer hit the Undertaker old school on Ospreay. Archer went for a toss, but Ospreay leaped over. Then Archer connected with the toss. Archer hit a buckle bomb, a last ride, and an apron bomb in succession after Ospreay rolled outside. On the entranceway, Archer went for another powerbomb, but Ospreay hit a code red from that was invented by the newly retired Amazing Red.
Yeah.
Archer pushed Ospreay out of the way to slide in first, and Ospreay goes to the top and hits a dropkick and a shooting star press for 2. Archer kicks out of an Oz cutter. Ospreay kicked out of a muscle buster. Ospreay kicked out of a blackout. Archer locked in the claw, but Ospreay got to the rope. Ospreay turns a super chokeslam and a super Spanish fly for 2. Archer rushes up the turnbuckle and hits a knee, then connects with a super blackout and taps Ospreay out with the claw. What an awesome match. New offense by Archer, a lot of back and forth action and dodging. Archer with the 2 points.
Yep. Like you said, this match was balls to the wall insanity. Lance Archer, to me, in my opinion, is a new man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he keeps doing what he's doing now. Lance Archer is going to be a new top guy for New Japan.
I hope so. Guy deserves it.
Absolutely.
Then we got Evil versus Bad Luck Fale. Evil turned the match around by putting a chair around Fale's neck and slamming him into the post. Evil gets Fale down to a knee after 2 lariats, and for the third, Fale counters with a shoulder block, a splash for 2 by Fale. Fale and the ref argue with a chair, playing tug of war, and Evil kicks it into Fale's face, then hits a lariat for 2. Fale hits the grenade after countering everything as Evil, but only gets a 2 count. Evil slips down from the Bad Luck Fall, then hits a lariat, which also impacts the ref, who rolls out of the ring. Low blow from Fale. Fale puts a chair around Evil's head, then swings a chair into it, then hits a Bad Luck Fall for the win. Evil gave Fale a decent match, which is rare.
Yeah.
Fale with 2 points.
So, right off the bat, we got 2 people getting 2 points that we didn't think were going to have the points going forward.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Honestly, the night was unexpected for me.
Very much.
Every match, because if you remember in our bracketology, I think this is Kota Ibushi's year, and it still can be, even with what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
But I picked a draw between Tanahashi and Okada, and that's because they always draw, not this time. I picked Evil. I'm pretty sure we picked Evil and Ospreay together. Yeah. So it was interesting.
I'm going to pick Ospreay every time.
Every time?
Yeah, every time. I love Ospreay.
Yeah, but is that logical?
No.
Right. Anyway.
Wrestling is an emotion thing, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, if you want to go with your favorites.
It was good, though, man. Bad Luck Falling Evil was good.
We had Sonata versus Zack Sabre Jr. Post-match, Zack Sabre Jr. said putting on a technical wrestling match for an American crowd is like something, what did he say?
Like reading Shakespeare to dogs.
Yeah, reading Shakespeare to dogs, which was hilarious.
But, I know that's heel work, but he must not be watching 205 Live or NXT.
Oh, no, he's just
crazy technical matches all the time.
He's just a great prick heel.
Oh, of course.
Fantastic prick heel.
British people,
especially when he does the shitty kicks and everything.
It seems like British people are inherently good at that.
Heels?
Yeah.
Well, we did succeed from them. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of counters leading to two stalemates. Chain wrestling until Zack locks in a straightjacket choke and Sonata reverses it into his own. Then Zack does. Then Sonata again. Strike dodging till Sonata hits a drop kick. Sabre out of the ring. Sabre takes a 19 count, then reverses out of the Paradise Lock into an arm bar, but Sonata rolls out. Zack targets the arm. Sonata hits a huge drop kick. Sonata locks in the Paradise Lock on the bottom rope, and Sonata rocks him with a drop kick. Sonata connects with a body splash to the outside. Sonata with a huge back body drop for 2. Sabre locks in an octopus stretch, grabs Sonata's other hand, locks his legs around Sonata's stomach, and takes Sonata to the ground until Sonata gets to the rope. Sabre hits a tornado DDT and locks in a skull end, then turns it into a guillotine choke after Sonata powers up to his feet. Sonata hits a TKO for 2. Zack hits a penalty kick. Sonata with skull end, and Sonata goes for the moonsault, but Sabre counters with a triangle hold. Sonata does a moonsault into the skull end. Counter upon counter pins sees Sonata beat Sabre at his own game with the neck bridge pin. This was a great technical match. Sonata with the 2 points. Sabre attacks the ref afterward until security breaks it up in Suzuki Gun fashion.
Hell yeah. Sonata needs to keep getting wins. Sonata needs to go to the finals again like he did in the New Japan Cup. Because
in this block?
In this block? Yeah, in this block.
In this block? I don't know, man.
If you ask me, the finals of the A block should be Sonata versus Ospreay.
If you ask me, it should be fucking Kenta versus Kota.
Kenta.
Or something like that. I don't know. But
yeah.
I don't know. The final in the A block, you can't have.
There isn't a final for the A block, is there?
No.
Okay.
There's just a winner.
Yeah. I'm dumb. I forgot that.
You done fucked me up, cuz.
I did. I'm sorry.
In my AEW shirt, dog.
Repping the colors 24/7.
Hey.
We were talking a little bit beforehand about how cool Sonata looks. And
oh yeah.
And I was talking about how
it's like badass royalty.
We know, of course the cool guy is Tama Tonga. because he does all the flowy moves and shit.
Yeah,
But-
it says "fuck you" and all that.
Yeah, but Sonata is like an Iceman.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
he's
He's the
just
Japanese
cool.
Dean Malenko.
He really is, because like no emotion on the face. He gets in there, does his shit, and leaves. And when he does his shit, he does it very, very well.
Yeah. So next we got the returning to Japan, formerly known as Hideo Itami, Kenta versus Kota Ibushi. Rope knee drop from Kenta. Kenta with 3 kicks to the chest for a 2 count. Kenta with some nasty knee drops to the back of Ibushi's head. Ibushi finally hit a drop kick to change the momentum. Power slam and a moonsault for 2 from Kota. Kenta hits a leg catch, belly-to-belly suplex. Big clothesline off the top for 2 for Kenta. Kenta goes for a tornado DDT, but Ibushi put Kenta back on the turnbuckle. Ibushi elbows Kenta to the apron. Ibushi goes for the deadlift German from the apron to the inside, but Kenta blocks, but Ibushi with a kick to send Kenta out. Kota goes for a splash, but Kenta counters with a knee. Kenta sets Ibushi up on the guardrail and hits a double stomp to Ibushi's back. Kenta with a delayed dropkick in the corner, which leads to a double stomp for 2. Ibushi hits a thunderous clothesline and then a last ride for 2. Ibushi went for Kamigoye, but Kenta reversed into a GTS, and Ibushi slid off and ate a knee strike. Strikes by both men end with a head kick for 2 by Kenta. Kenta hits the GTS for the win. Kenta gets 2 points. Kenta helps Ibushi up and gives him the ring for applause. They hug and Ibushi leaves. Well, this was a gnarly strike fest with a true return to form from Kenta. Ibushi should have had more offense as he took a lot of the damage during the match. I wonder if that's because he possibly injured his knee or something during the splash to the outside.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be it. But another thing that I was thinking during this whole match is that I think they wanted Kenta to shine on the American show because the American fans know him.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's not a negative in any way. Because this match was amazing.
Right.
And Kenta's amazing. Hideo Itami. And
it's good to come back strong.
Very, very. So
look like a threat.
I know that everybody is a little salty that he didn't immediately go back to where was he? What was he? Dragon Gate?
Noah.
He was Noah, and people are kind of talking shit on him a little bit on the social medias.
Yeah, well, those people can go suck their thumbs.
I agree, because they're babies.
That's right.
And babies suck thumbs.
That's exactly.
So go suck your thumb, you fucking baby. Baby.
Baby.
Adam Cole. Adam Cole, a man that we will not be talking about on this show.
Except right now.
For some reason.
Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kazuchika Okada.
Fuck
the
yes.
rivalry of the ages finally hits the U.S. soil for the first time.
You need to be in the industry, man. I keep telling you.
Tanahashi is the defending winner of the G1, and Okada is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. In all their G1 matches, they've all been draws. Lots of counters until Okada hits the dropkick, then follows outside with the DDT. Okada with a dragon screw, then a neck breaker for 2. Tana with a dragon screw, a body slam, and a flipping senton for 2. DDT for 2 by Okada. Dragon screw through the ropes by Tana as he gets back in. A flapjack by Okada. Okada hits the over-the-back knee neck breaker for 2. Tana rolls up Okada from the Rainmaker pose for 2. Inverted dragon screw into the cloverleaf. Okada gets to the rope and Tana hits another inverted dragon screw. Okada rolls out and Tana hits a high fly flow. Tana with a twist and shout. a shotgun dropkick by Okada, sling blade from Tana, dropkick by Okada, tombstone by Okada, and a sling blade reversal from the Rainmaker, standing high fly flow. Then Tana hits the knees when he goes for a lying high fly flow. 2 Rainmakers. Okada goes for a third, and Tana gets a small package for 2. Bridging Dragon Suplex for 2 by Tanahashi. Tana punches Okada 3 times to get his wrist out of the Rainmaker position. A jumping, spinning tombstone, then a proper Rainmaker gives Okada the win. Okada with 2 points. This match was incredible. Selling, storytelling, counters, reversals, signatures, finishers, all there. What a great night of wrestling.
Yeah, man. As far as the idea of a traditional wrestling match goes, this is about as close to perfect as you can be.
Yeah.
And this
Tanahashi is like the Japanese Shawn Michaels.
Absolutely. And being as close to perfect as you can be is a running theme with Okada and Tanahashi when they get in the ring together. The same as Omega and Okada from previous years. And it makes sense to have the current champion starting out of the gate strong against the defending G1 Climax champion.
Yes.
So I think all of the points that were awarded on this night made sense. Maybe not so much Bad Luck Fale and Evil, but I think the match I'm most looking forward to in the A block is probably Evil versus Sonata.
I'd love to see that. I'd also love to see Kenta versus Will Ospreay.
Yes, Kenta and Will Ospreay is going to be like Tanahashi and Okada.
Yeah. So Block B starts the 13th. We got Hiroki Goto against Jay White, Juice Robinson against Shingo Takagi, Toru Yano versus Naito, Tomohiro Ishii versus Jeff Cobb, which I cannot wait to see.
And the death of Taichi.
By Moxley, the Death Rider. So, moving on to Impact Slammiversary. Hey,
what an amazing friggin' show!
Wait! Before I do that,
yeah.
G1 Night 1 in Dallas. What do you grade it?
B plus A minus.
I go B plus. I go B plus.
Yeah,
because we can't give everything an A. We have to start thinking about like what exactly is deserving of an A and what is good, what is great. Because everything can't just be A pluses all the time.
But everything's really good right now, though. It's like we can't pretend that shit's not good.
Right.
But we have to stop. We had to start maybe not ignoring the bad.
Right. So
Slammiversary, not a bad match on the show.
No, I'm gonna go out and say this.
The only match I found myself not really caring about was RVD and Moose.
Yeah, and I got some things to say about that match. I will say this. Impact's pay-per-view game is on point. Every Impact pay-per-view I've watched since the regime change has been nothing short of an A to A plus show.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they've so far surpassed the LOL TNA era, and still no one is talking about it.
It's because people are assholes, man. They're assholes.
They're not willing to give it a second shot, I guess.
Or a fourth.
To be fair.
To be fair. X Division match. TJP's X Division invitational, as you will, had TJP versus Trey from the Rascals versus Jake Christ of OVE versus Chocolate Thunder Willie Mack. The match was pure awesomeness. TJP had Trey in a Romero special. Jake slid under and went to pin TJP, and Mac came off the top for a double stomp to break the pin. A lot of high flying from Trey. He broke up a leg lock by TJP with a Meteora. The end came when Chris hit a super cutter, but as soon as he hit the mat, Chocolate Thunder came down with a frog splash to secure the win. I thought this was a great opener. There was a lot going on here, but I think I covered the spots that mattered.
Absolutely. And if there are still people out there that don't know who Willie Mack is, they need to introduce themselves to him. Because Willie Mack is incredible. He's like, think of Braun Strowman and then give Braun Strowman Finn Balor's moveset. That's Willie Mack.
I would say it's your everyday African-American father who can do gymnastics.
Pretty much, because he's not...
Because he just looks like
he looks like Dad at the barbecue. Like, yeah. He's not crazy wrestler built. He's what, 285?
Yeah.
And does flips and springboards and does dives to the outside.
Yeah.
It's like, it's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. The next match was the Impact Tag Championship. The Rascals versus LAX versus the champions, the North. Lots of action in this one. LAX with a lot of tandem offense. Rascals with many strikes and flips, and the North with some hard-hitting offense. At one point, Josh Alexander had an ankle lock applied on Wentz while Page was knocking everyone out of the ring. Alexander hit a moonsault power slam, and Page followed with a swanton bomb for 2. Santana got hurt, a leg injury. The Rascals hit the assisted standing moonsault on Ortiz, but the North stole the pin to retain. I thought this was a very good tag match.
It was very good. It was an amazing tag match. And I think it goes without saying, we hope for a speedy recovery for Santana.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he went down hard, but in true LAX fashion, the man walked out of the arena. He refused to get on a stretcher. And Santana, with the help of Ortiz and Conan, walked out of the arena on a very severely injured knee or ankle or whatever it was.
Yeah, for sure. The next match was a first blood match. Killer Cross versus Eddie Edwards. Oh, my
God, this match was amazing.
Cross came out looking like a Rob Zombie acolyte.
Yeah.
And he had a priest collar on. They started as a brawl. As soon as Eddie got a chair, Cross double-handed chokeslammed him on the apron. In the ring, they traded suplexes. Eddie went for a suicide dive, and Cross threw a chair at his skull. Cross hit a gut-wrench suplex off the apron onto a pile of chairs to Eddie. In the ring, Cross just degrades and taunts Eddie until Eddie hits a Boston knee party off the ropes. Eddie breaks free of a rare naked choke and hits a tiger driver on the outside. A Boston knee party to the back of the skull, then to the front, and Eddie gets the kendo stick. Eddie breaks it in half and jams the broken end into Cross's mouth and drew blood. This match was good. I like how Eddie Edwards has his own character now, and Cross comes off as a perfect villain in every feud. The man is money. This dude is fantastic. No matter where I see him in Impact and AAA, the guy just oozes villain. He is a top villain, and they need to treat him as such. And maybe he wouldn't want to be leaving the company.
Right, but like everything about Cross's character work is impeccable. I mean, the way that the man cuts promos and the monotone voice that he uses.
Yeah, when sinisterness and like everything he does with his body.
I was trying to do like a Killer Cross voice there. Yeah, right. Like, it's like they need to just let the man adopt a serial killer gimmick because that's what I think of when I see him.
Yeah, for sure. He's nuts. The next match was RVD versus Moose. Moose has been on a tear trying to get rid of the ECW alumni. Van Dam played all the hits. Moose introduced a chair and got hit with a Van Daminator. My note says laminator. And a drop toe hold onto it. Moose lied on the chair and Van Dam went for a frog splash but ended up crashing onto the chair. And Moose followed up with a spear for the win. The match was much slower paced than the matches before it, which was actually well received for me as I needed a breather. It was booked well and had the right outcome. At this stage of RVD's career, he should be having slower matches so he can get in all those cool taunts.
Definitely.
For Christ's sake. My God, it was cool back in the day. But when you're sucking wind and you're doing this, come on, dude. Come on. It's obvious. Yeah.
How fucking...
Like, and you used to be a cardio machine.
The pre-match promo. How fucking stoned was RVD for that promo?
Stoned as fuck.
Oh my God. He could barely put a sentence together.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
I don't know. And I don't...
He was fine like a month ago. Like, what the hell happened?
I don't know. I think he's kind of slower in his moves and everything. And
yeah.
And that can work. It's just like, if you're slower in your moves and everything, just work a match. Don't be doing these taunts when you don't need to do them.
But he was literally...
It doesn't make sense anymore.
He was literally like, he would do a taunt and then you... like,
right.
Jesus, man.
The other point I was going to make was with how little faces Impact has for the main contendership, because you got a lot of heels surrounding Cage, but I wouldn't mind seeing a Moose face turn. I think he's done a lot of good in his heel work that maybe it's time to flip the switch, because you got Cross as a heel, you got Elgin as a heel, you got Impact as a heel. So who are major baby faces?
I think Eddie Edwards, probably.
Okay. And Cage.
Rich Swann, Brian Cage.
But Rich Swann's in X Division.
That's true. Are you talking about like
just the world title,
the main title?
Yeah. I think they need another face. And I think
Definitely.
Moose could be that. I think Moose has proven himself.
Yeah.
We then get probably my third match of the night. The Impact's Knockouts Championship Monsters Ball match. Taya Valkyrie versus Rosemary versus Jessica Havoc versus Su Yung. Taya stapled an 8x10 of herself on Sue. Sue put the demon collar on herself and Rosemary and rotted Rosemary headfirst into a chair. Sue looked to use the mandible claw, but Taya hit them with a ladder. Taya reversed a chokeslam from Havoc, sending Havoc face down into a ladder. Rosemary superplexed Sue onto the ladder. Rosemary got stomped by Taya face first into tacks. Taya Uranagi's Rosemary off the apron through a table. The unholy alliance between Su Yung and Jessica Havoc breaks down and went as Sue went to miss Havoc, but hit James Mitchell instead. Havoc hit a super tombstone onto Tax on Sue, but Taya throws a chair at Havoc and pins Sue to retain the title. Right. This match far exceeded my expectations. Brutal and awesome. Rosemary can take some bumps. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't know that I would hate seeing a one-on-one Monsters Ball between Havoc and Rosemary.
Yeah.
But Taya did retain, right?
Yes.
So, who takes the Impact title, the Knockouts title off of Taya?
I think since Taya retained against Havoc and Su Yung, I think she is giving Rosemary a chance. but my logic says they're probably going to build Jordan Grace.
I agree.
Because the way they're going with Tessa Blanchard is a whole different route.
Definitely.
Tessa already held the Impact Knockouts Championship. She's went through the roster. She beat Gail Kim, and she headlined this pay-per-view in an intergender match.
Yeah, and just you're supposed to use a championship to elevate a star that is being built well.
Yeah, and Tessa's already
built. Tessa doesn't need the title to be over because she's already over. And Jordan Grace is over as well. So I like what you're saying about building Jordan Grace to a championship and then using the championship to elevate her even more.
Yes.
I like the idea.
The next match we got was the X Division Championship. Rich Swann defending against Johnny Impact with his referee buddy, Johnny Bravo. Match started slow with Johnny's dastardly tactics. Rich turned up the heat with flips and dives. Johnny hit a sweet Johnny's Edge for 2, which is a razor's edge with a spin and slam at the end. Johnny went for a springboard spear, but Swann caught him with an elbow. They both punched each other off the top for the almost countout. Johnny hit a Spanish fly off the second, then it did a standing Spanish fly in succession for 2. Swann sentoned outside to take out Johnny Bravo. Johnny hit Starship Pain for 2. Multiple strikes lead to 2 Os Cutters and a Phoenix Splash for the win for Rich Swann. The commentary team said this was one of the best matches of the year. I don't know if I'd agree. It was all right.
Yeah, all right is what I would call it.
Like you said, you were iffy on the RVD Moose match.
Yeah.
I'd also say I was iffy on this. Otherwise, all the matches were fucking perfect.
Hell yeah. Because Johnny Impact needs to still be in the main title picture.
Yeah, and I expected a lot more like Lucha Libre influenced match with these two.
Out of Johnny Impact, because Johnny Impact can do that stuff, and he just
does.
He does, but I don't know, man. Something was off about this match.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I can't really think of what, but something.
Well, apparently, I think I read somewhere that Johnny's Impact contract expired yesterday.
And he didn't sign?
I don't know. I didn't look into it. I don't know if it's real or not. So then we got
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He might become Johnny Elite.
Johnny Elite. That would definitely be his name.
Of course it would. Impact World Championship. Brian Cage, first defense against Michael Elgin, who put him on the shelf as soon as he got the title. Cage, he's a fucking machine.
He is.
Cage hit.
Page is a fucking horse.
Cage hit a top 8 cone hero. Then back in the ring, Elgin took over with a dragon suplex and a superplex after 2 vicious clotheslines in the corner. Elgin missed a twisting senton off the top, but made up with it with a backbreaker, springboard DDT, a 619, and an inside-out abdominal stretch slam for 2 by Cage. Cheeky Nando's, then a front face bomb for 2 by Cage. Elgin with a deadlift power bomb. It was absolutely crazy. Sit out Razor's Edge by Elgin for 2. Discus clothesline by Cage after coming off a buckle bomb by Elgin, and both men go down. Elgin hits a Canadian Destroyer for 2. Cage hits a knee, power bomb, and an F5 in succession for 2. The end came when Cage got a pin out of a powerbomb attempt by Elgin. Afterwards, Elgin hit Cage with the belt. Elgin takes the belt and gets in Callis's face, and Callis says to leave. Elgin goes to attack Callis in the ring, and a masked man spears Elgin. These dudes went at each other like 2 bulls. The strikes were stiff, and the action was all power and force. The masked man had the shape of a certain rhino.
Yeah. So, Rhino and Elgin had a feud when they were both in Impact, right?
We're ROH.
In ROH. So, I don't know, man. That spear looked more like a gore to me. I don't know.
People were chanting gore.
Good match, though.
Good match.
Good
Great
shit.
match. It was like Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Except with actual good wrestlers.
Yeah. Just two behemoths of human beings.
Behemoth. So the night was capped off with an intergender match. Tessa Blanchard versus Sami Callihan. Possibly the two hottest prospects in Impact Wrestling.
Definitely.
They both bring bats to the ring.
Tessa's was pure gold. Tessa had a gold baseball bat. It was awesome.
Yeah, that matched her outfit. God, she looked hot. Tessa started hot with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors, a springboard dropkick, and 3 suicide dives. On the 3rd suicide dive, Callihan caught her. She goes for a Rana, but Callihan swung her headfirst into the barricade twice, then hit a Death Valley driver on the outside. Callihan hit an apron bomb, and he goes for the count-out victory, but Tessa gets back in. Tessa hits a running neck breaker, but she can't capitalize on the momentum because Sami kicks her down and stomps on her ankle. Tessa gets out of a powerbomb and hits a cutter on the ramp. Tessa hits a Samoan drop on Sami. Tessa hits a tilt-a-whirl DDT for 2. Sami with a powerbomb for 2. Tessa DDTs Sami off the 2nd. Tessa knocks down the ref, and Sami hit her in the stomach with the bat. A second ref comes down to count, and only a 2. Sami disposes of the second ref as he is upset with the 2 count. She spits pronouns, pal. If you don't listen to Bruce Pritchard broadcast, you wouldn't know. Vince McMahon always says pronouns.
Why?
Because people have to know who you're talking about.
Oh, right.
I was just about to say she.
Yeah.
Tessa spits on Sami, hits a low blow, and hits Sami in the gut with the bat. Tessa hits Magnum for 2. Tessa locks in a crossface, but Sami powers up and package tombstones Tessa for 2. Tessa stands up and gives him the OVE thumbs up, thumbs down, and Sami hits the Cactus Driver 97 for the win. After the match, Sami acts like he's going to attack her with both bats, but hands her the golden bat and gives her the ring. The match was nuts. Callihan made maybe 1, but Tessa had the crowd the whole time. The end made the loss better because it was all respect and the crowd was going nuts for her. I don't know what's next for Tessa in Impact Wrestling, but I don't want to see her leave.
Right.
I want to see Tessa Blanchard be the female Sting. I don't want her to go to WWE until it's absolute final time.
Yeah.
I think she could build a legacy all over the world without WWE. I think she's the best female wrestler right now.
She is. She absolutely is. And the very uncharacteristic respect angle from Sami after the match elevated it even more.
Yes.
Because this is a guy who broke Eddie Edwards' face with a baseball bat and then made a T-shirt about it.
Yeah.
And
he's white. He's what Josh Matthews called a white trash thug.
Yeah, I can agree with that. He kind of is. But
OVE,
thumbs up,
thumbs down.
Yeah,
that was my deathcore moment of the episode.
I mean, that's basically what Sami Callihan is,
right? So, Impact Slammiversary gets an A from me.
Me too.
So, on Saturday, we're hoping we're going to have 2 shows for you. In the morning, we're going to do New Japan B Block Day 1. Or if you're serious about your G1 Climax, it's actually Day 2.
G1 Climax Day 2, first day of B Block action.
Thank you, John. And in the evening, we're going to have a live reaction vid to AEW's Fight for the Fallen. Please tune in wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, or night. You have a great one, and peace and love to all of you. Bang!
Bang.